Deliverance from my enemies. No longer slave. No longer slave. I am a child. From my mother's womb. All right, so it is time, my friends. Good morning to you, Dr. Batson.
Good morning to you, Mr. Dominic. Good morning to the listeners of Sky 99.5. Let me say a pleasant good morning, as well as our social media presence. Pleasant good morning to our listeners on Facebook. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Always a pleasure to be in your company. How are you doing, sir?
Listen, just tired.
Yeah.
I think I tired whole month.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we are here another day in the land of the living.
Amen. Amen. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Janice Hampton, Miss Cathy Ann Lazarus. A pleasant good morning to you. She asked a question there. I'm going to address that just now. Miss Pamela Moses, pleasant good morning to you guys. But that's the thing. The thing is, interestingly, I worked yesterday in Shogunas. We had a very good day in Shogunas. Yesterday, we were able to attend to a lot of persons. We actually had some really good testimonies that we got yesterday because we had a lot of what we call revisit clients. So revisit clients would be clients who would have come to us maybe about 6 weeks ago. They have already started the program, and that revisit is just to establish from their perspective and opinion what are the improvements they have seen based on So, we got some very good feedback. We have someone with arthritis. We actually got a testimony from a young lady via her mom and herself. Very, very good. Some really good news, right? So I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. And I actually have some slight bit of advertising to do that young lady and her sister. Young person, 16, 17. They have a nice, interesting little business where they do some knitting and whatnot. I was quite impressed. So, we're going to give them a little shout out and a little advertisement this morning. We also have Mr. Wayne Delamore who will be joining us in a little bit to talk about that product. We also have our link, which is organized so that international persons will be able to order the product because we had a lot of calls this week regarding that. So all in all, a good program planned. I know we only have an hour today. Today is our first Sunday. So we'll continue. Last Sunday, everyone, correct. My apologies. So, interesting program. Today, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to speak about, the situation with pain and inflammation. Because this month coming here, the month of August, we're going to actually have the inflammation formula. We're going to be pushing that product a lot. We're going to be getting some testimonies for you guys because, inflammation product or inflammation formula rather was a product that we actually developed specifically to deal with inflammation because I was in a situation where I was between a rock and a hard place where I had so many persons coming to me with arthritis and different pain situations, back problems. So many persons have pain. And I mean, those of you who would have experienced any kind of pain in your life, pain is not fun. It is quite distracting. It is quite debilitating. So that's what we're going to speak about today. What can you do about the inflammation in your body? How can you address this pain? If you have arthritis, how could you prevent yourself from becoming crippled or even immobile? There are some persons who have been disabled by arthritis. I don't know if you ever saw someone with really bad rheumatoid arthritis, chronic. They literally, their hands no longer look like a hand. It cannot function. Your digits can't function. You can't grasp properly. You can't hold on to things. So, I mean, that in itself is a challenge. You can't cook for yourself. You can't even brush your teeth properly. You can imagine that. Some people, and then you can become so debilitated or so immobile that you cannot walk. You're bedridden. You're confined to a wheelchair. I mean, that's no kind of No kind of anything. You just,
Life.
yeah, that's no kind of life. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. You have arthritis and you're serious. Because let me tell you something. When you have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, especially if you have been using steroids for years. So those of you who would have been using prednisolone, like if it was Dinament, sweetie, you're going to be in some problems. And the thing is, we have to deal with that inflammatory response in the body. So that's what we're going to speak about. Keep in mind our clinic telephone numbers and our open clinic days. Since the lifting of a lot of these COVID restrictions, we have resumed our open clinic days. Shogunas yesterday was one, and we're going to have those upcoming. I'm going to keep announcing it on the radio. You can always call, because that's for persons who are attempting to get appointments. And, usually we have a serious problem with getting appointments as early as you would like. So that facility was put in place to really accommodate persons. Okay, so to get those open clinic dates and actually have your number listed so that they can call you when we have those open clinic days. You can call that number in Shogunas. Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And for the Tobago office, it's 226. That's 226-4553. 226-4553. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, supporting your health naturally. So, inflammation. Just quickly, we know inflammation is basically the environment that is conducive to disease. So inflammation formula is a product that we carry at Batson and Associates that's primarily designed to reduce the inflammatory response in the body. So usually if you have a problem with inflammatory response in Western medical protocol, you would be prescribed something known as prednisolone. Now, prednisolone is basically a corticosteroid. It's a very small white tablet. And they usually give you this for a number of things. If you have any lupus situations, any high inflammatory situations, you may do a test and you do something called an ESR, which is erythrocyte sedimentation ratio, which is supposed to be, I believe, anywhere between 0 to 30. If you're over 30, it means that your inflammation or the inflammatory response in the body is too high. And hence, you have a situation that is more conducive to disease. So if you have a glaucoma, that's a problem. You would normally be recommended steroids. If you have asthma, the same, any sort of situation with things like bronchitis. Antibiotics are also recommended to reduce inflammation, because inflammation is also caused by the presence of pathogens, which are either bacteria, virus, or fungus, worms, protozoa. And because of the presence of those, you find that the inflammatory response will be high. So usually, there are only two things that you could be recommended in Western medicine for inflammation: antibiotics and steroids. Now, anyone with any kind of common sense or any medical background, anyone who reads, would know the overuse of antibiotics is not a good thing. It significantly interferes with the gastrointestinal function. It significantly interferes with your immunity, because 70% of your immune system lies in your gut. So even though antibiotics in the initial aspect may be something recommended, it is something that should not and cannot be abused, simply because you end up with serious repercussions as a result of that. And that's not something Dr. Batson is saying on his own accord. If you go, you do research, and you look at anything that's credible, you're going to get that information. So what about steroids? The steroids, even worse than antibiotics. So the abuse of those are serious. But it is always recommended simply because it is the protocol or the standard protocol in Western medicine. That doesn't make it correct, though. So you need to be very, very careful, because, there's a saying, he who feels it knows it, right? So when you in that khaki pants or monkey pants, according to the old people, you are the one who's going to experience all the side effects of the prednisolone and the steroids, primarily blindness, primarily osteoporosis, primarily diabetes. There's something known as steroid-induced diabetes. If you have never read about that, go do some research and you'll see for yourself that you could end up in some serious problems. Okay? So with that being said, inflammation formula is something you should look at. The two products that we'll be highlighting for the next month, and discount-wise, especially because we have that on a special for this month, would be the inflammation formula and the nerve restore. I will speak about nerve restore in a next program. So that's something that you need to pay attention to and get the information. So keep in mind, the Shogunus number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For Debe, it's 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That is 226-4553. So with that being said, let's go to the telephone lines and we're going to take some calls. And of course, we will try our best to engage questions that you may have regarding various diseases, products, services at Batson Associates. So,
All right, so folks, you heard it earlier. We have a short time this morning, so we're not here for a long time, but we can definitely here for a good time.
Definitely.
All right, so you can give us a call at 625-2759 or 624-7729, 625-2759 or 624-7729. Listen messages at 333-9950, 333-9950. So we start today off with a call. Good morning to you. Welcome. Hello, good morning. I'm sorry that we're just not hearing you this morning.
Yeah, well, we have some problems, I think, all over the country with Wi-Fi and telecommunications and this weather. Yeah, we have.
So bear with us. I mean, technology can only do so much, yes. Yeah. But you can give us a call, 625-2759 or 624-7729. And of course, your messages at 333-9950. Okay, so to the board now, Dr. Batson, how do you treat hiatal hernias?
Hiatal hernias should be treated primarily with some sort of physical manipulation. So you're looking at, I would suggest a chiropractor. There's a very good one that I know I could always recommend them to you. Because a hiatus hernia is basically when there's something, so you have your esophagus, which is that pipe, for want of a better expression, that comes down from your throat basically into the stomach. Now the problem is that pipeline, for want of expression, usually has a door at the tip of it, and that door blocks off the stomach from the esophagus. When you have a hiatus hernia, what happens? That door doesn't close off properly. It's called the esophagus sphincter. So it's basically a muscle that is supposed to close down. What happens to a person with hiatus hernia? That door remains slightly ajar, so it's like this. And what that causes, it causes reflux. So acid from the stomach actually comes up and backs up or goes back up or reflux into the esophagus. So that is something that is caused by a strain. It could be caused, when the old people are saying you have NARA, and they say a butcher dropped those type of things. It's similar to that, where you have situations where the diaphragm could be agitated, that particular esophagus sphincter could be agitated, and as a result of that, you have digestive problems. So there's a product we use called Digestive Balance, Digestive Restore. Those can help that situation as well, but you will also need the assistance of a chiropractor to physically manipulate or put that back into place. The thing is, that's what we call problem with misalignment or alignment issues. So it's similar to your car out of alignment. You have a bent tire, you want a camber and that type of thing. So a lot of us, we need some realignment and cambering. So that's basically
it. Definitely. Let's see. Next up, Doctor, what causes and what will help with the tingling sensations in the hands, feet, and a bit on the shoulders? Thank you.
But the thing is, when you get any sort of tingling feelings, tingling is usually an indication of central nervous system concern. So the thing is, the system that actually has the greatest amount of support for your central nervous system is your circulatory system. So we're talking about blood. The system that your circulatory system is very dependent on is your lymphatic system. So you realize if it is you do back, going backwards, as to the cause, those are the systems that you need to address to deal with the tingling. So tingling is normally an indication as a poor circulation, central nervous system, damage or the beginning of damage, neuropathy situation. So to fix that, I know we kind of low in stock right now, but circulation tea is a big help for that. In fact, there's a young lady just messaged there asking about when we get in balanced circulation. We should have balanced circulation in about the next week. We should get back that product. There's also Circulation Plus, which will be making a resurgence. We didn't have that product a while because of COVID, but we'll be getting it again maybe in about the next month. So it's a matter of addressing the circulation. The Alkagen water is also a big help there because that water has something known as ORP, which is oxidative reduction potential, which simply is a big term to mean the water is an antioxidant water. So it's going to improve circulation, improve the removal of waste from a cellular level. What a lot of persons have to understand, if you're not removing waste from a cellular level and waste is being attempted, you cannot remove waste from an organ level. It cannot. Now, you may do a colon cleanse, and colon is an organ, but that whole process of elimination and removal of toxins has to happen from the cellular level. And once it happens from the cell, because cells give you tissues, tissues give you organs, organs give you organ system. Once you have that removal of waste from the cellular level, then healing could take place. It cannot happen anywhere else or any other way. So that's where, I'm a big advocate of cleansing and detoxifying, because if you understand how neurotoxins, just recently I had a client, and one of the things I was telling them, is that they have what is known as auto-intoxication. The prefix auto means self, intoxication means poison. So you have self-poisoning, where you have toxins that basically circulating in the bloodstream. So you're like that. The old people have a saying, you're spinning top in mud. Yeah. You're not going anywhere, because those toxins actually could cause serious problems with your neurological system. So there's something known as neurotoxins, prefix neuro standing for nerves. Toxins, again, poison. So it's nerve poisons. So you literally have poisons in your body that are attempting to poison and damage your nerves. If you drink Gramoxone, you're going to live. No. So you can imagine your poor nerves inside of it. It's like they're feeding all them Gramoxone inside of it. They're dying. So with nerve damage or nerve poisoning, you're going to have problems with sleep. You're going to have problems with anxiety. You're going to have problems with depression. You're going to have problems with pins and needles, tingling. The problem, plain talk, bad manners. The issue, and there's a testimony we have to get from a client. There's a client in Canada who actually used the products. And one of the things that she said is that one of her daughters lost 10 pounds in using just one pack of Santulan. 10 pounds. So she said, you know what I mean? The doctor was telling you, that's waste you have inside of you. So that's the toxins and the waste that actually beginning to come out of the body. She observed that change in her complexion. She says, I'm looking like if I use one of them fancy soap. And that is because you're cleaning from a cellular level. So the skin and all getting detoxified. Because remember, Santulan is a 7-channel detoxin. Kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Once you use that product, you're going to get some serious results where that is concerned. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Kathleen Ishmael. She says, always a beautiful blessing. Thank you very much. Blessings, Dr. Batson, staff, and everyone. Miss Marva Huggins, she says, can a 15-year-old drink the woman's formula to regulate menstruation? Yes, she can. Honeybay is saying, good morning, Doc. Good morning, Shakil. Good morning to viewers. Back to you, sir.
All right, so we're taking calls, 625-2759. Now, folks, again, it's just a short program. It's 1 hour today. So, usually text word flooding, but today, it's a government authority. All right.
Is the rain, they hug up?
Yeah, rain, they're tired. Nevertheless.
Again, some sweet sleep.
You know. But then he'll say, I didn't get Dr. Batson, I didn't get him. All right, so caller, good morning to you. All right. Just like all I'm getting is rain on that line.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, we have some challenges with this. All
right, let me see. Let's take a voice note here.
Hi, good morning to Dion and Dr. Batson. I know you have a tight program this morning, so I'm just going to be brief. Could you let me know if olive oil raises your triglycerides? And Dr. Batson, I like your style, dealing with your patient, very upfront. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, thank you so very much, my dear. The thing is, let me see, coconut oils and olive oil can cause a slight increase in triglycerides. However, I wouldn't be too concerned because you see, the thing is, once you get in, what you have to do with your oils, you have to try your utmost, and it might be a challenge because right now I am actually in the process of sourcing some very good olive oil because I'm very concerned in some cases or very what's the word I want to use, careful when I'm trying to get olive oil because plain talk bad manners, we have some impersonators on the market, so you need to be very careful. A lot of persons have realized that the health industry, a lot of people are more health conscious, so you have some people who not as authentic as they're supposed to, and you're getting all kind of oil that they're telling you is olive oil that is not olive oil. My thing with you, there was an olive oil that they had before. I'm going to try and get the name before I come off the program. When you're drinking olive oil, the back of your throat you're supposed to get a bitter taste. Once you're using authentic olive oil, authentic cold pressed coconut oil, you do not have an issue with triglyceride. Because let me tell you something that a lot of persons don't understand. You see this cholesterol and triglyceride business, let me put it like that. Some years ago, your cholesterol could have been 300 and they didn't have a problem with that. For some reason, within the last 20 years, all of a sudden cholesterol is a big thing and your cholesterol level must be a particular level. And it has some business in that. That ain't really all human caring because they basically want to sell these statins that they have. Plain talk bad manners, I'm telling you. And if you know about statins are not welcome medication, especially by even sensible medical doctors. You have to be very, very careful with statins. So in other words, once you get good olive oil, you get good coconut oil, I am not adverse to you having a teaspoon of coconut oil, a teaspoon of olive oil every day. It is going to help you. The New England Journal of Medicine published an article some years ago where they were talking about the importance of omegas and healthy oils in persons' diets, right? And one of the things that it showed, especially in Europe, they were saying the reason why we have so many issues with cognitive decline and persons who have issues with Alzheimer's, Parkinson, vascular dementia, those type of things, is because the healthy oils in our diet are too low. So if you look at the Mediterranean diet, which is persons who consume a lot of olive oil, they use a lot of olive teas, they don't have problems with cardiovascular problems because olives plays a significant role in the whole cardiovascular circulation issue. So that's just a long way to explain to tell you, listen to me, get your oils, get your omegas in your diet because it significantly wards off the likelihood of you developing some sort of issue as it relates to cognitive decline. So things like vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, memory problems, those type of things. So what you need to do as well, keep your liver healthy. Your liver is the organ that deals with cholesterol. Once you have a healthy liver, your LDL, which is your low density lipoproteins, your HDL, which is your high density lipoproteins, those are going to be in a good place. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You don't want to be running and just using statins like you're crazy. Usually if you have a high cholesterol, a bad fat situation, because you need to be careful with using things like a lot of saturated fats. So those corn oils, those soybean oils, you need to be very careful with those. A lot of fried foods, you need to try and reduce that from your diet. A lot of milk, dairy. Usually when we do magnetic resonance analysis, we're usually able to see if you have a fatty liver. Now, some years ago, doctors would tell you that if you have a fatty liver, there's nothing to worry about. Listen to me, that's the most, that's misinformation. If you have a fatty liver, watch yourself. You're in some problems because it means your liver, which is an organ that has over 500 different functions, is in a stage or it's becoming in a state where it is going to be out of balance, not functioning properly. And you don't want that. So that's something to pay very close attention to. Look at your intake of cold water, never a good thing. Especially for your cardiovascular system, especially for your fats like your triglycerides and those type of things. Cold water actually could increase your likelihood of developing cardiovascular poor circulation issues. Always hot or room temperature water, hot teas, no milk, no sugar. That is the advice where that is concerned. One of the things you could check out too at Batson Associates, we do carry teas for your liver. We also have teas as it relates to helping to deal with fat and even visceral fat as well in the body. So what we're going to do now, we're going to listen to our specialist is here with us again this week. the Honorable Mr. Wayne Delamore. How are you doing, sir? Mr. Delamore, come and showing me up this morning with this nice shirt. I like this shirt in some order this morning. Right? So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the gentleman. You know, we talk about visceral fat. We're going to have some more information regarding this awesome product that we have, and also an event that we have coming up that, you know, is going to be very advantageous for you and, you know, friends that you know in general, you know, persons concerned about being healthy, maintaining good health. So it's not only sick people we're dealing with, you know, we're dealing with persons who want to be proactive. We're also addressing persons with this situation with the weight or the waste in the body. So, Mr. Delamore, sir, again, good morning, and the floor is yours.
Pleasant morning to you, sir, and pleasant morning, Dominique, and those of you who are tuning in, listening, and, you know, I'm just here joining the doctor to share with you more potent information. Now, I want to say that right now, the TNT government is engaged in trying to deal with issues of overweight and obesity among teenagers and adults, so adolescents, I should say, because there's a silent epidemic in the background. Remember that we are seeing diabetes, which was previously referred to as adult onset disease, that is now affecting children. And that's because of the excess weight coming on, and of course the stuff that they're eating continually. So what you don't know can hurt you, and what you do continuously you don't know can kill you. And so today we want to educate, we want to join in our own way with the government in dealing with this overweight and obesity issue among our young adults and teenagers by introducing this amazing product referred to as the Maki Berry. And of course, Dominique, you know, was here last week with that, talking about that as well. And today I want to show one of this. It comes in a delicious shake form, of course, called Kiari. And this is the Maki Berry we spoke about, which is the most potent of antioxidant that is known to modern science today. And it comes in a 2-pound pack. Of course, this is the chocolate, and it comes in vanilla. And for something that is so packed with nutrients, it is very delicious. And Dominique, I haven't forgotten, I've just been busy, but I would stop by the studio. I haven't forgotten to let you try some of these things so you can talk from that perspective. Oh, this thing tastes good and good. So this is a product that will help to get rid of visceral fat. That fat, it stays there. All right, and sometimes we have sugar addiction because what the fungus and the bacteria want becomes our cravings. And does nothing but cause sticky and increase the viscosity of the blood and stuff like that. There's a whole host of problems. So we got to use oils that is of nature. Things like cold pressed coconut oil, cold pressed avocado oil, grapeseed oil. These are the things that we have to use. And these oils are actually good for the body. Now, with this product, not only tastes good, but you find when you use it, you get a lot of nutrition. So here we have the little single pack here. So, right? For the, you just call it the berry shake, all right? And this is what you use. Once you take this once, it will sustain you. Most people, when they take this, they don't feel hungry until 2, 3 in the evening. And what you find happening, if you want to lose weight, you simply don't eat during that time you're not feeling hungry. And what you also do is that you increase your water, of course, and you cut down on your eating portions. That's it. You cut down on eating portions, and you tend to avoid oily foods. Now, what it also does, especially with the energy, it helps to deal with the sugar cravings. So this is the bottle it comes in. This is a sample pack. This is the bottle. You get 60 of these beautiful, what I call purple bars. And when you take this, it burns the fat, because this has things like the Maki Berry, of course, in it. So you're getting the Maki Berry natural color here. You're getting what we call the Maki X, a concentrated version. We have things like chromium, which is a mineral also good for blood sugar issues. We have a natural occurring green tea extract, 150 milligrams. And of course, we have the guarana as well, Garcinia Cambodia. All right. So those are some of the things in this energy. And I can tell you, everybody's talking about this. As a matter of fact, we have a group of young people in the sports arena, young professionals, and they have been reporting to me that they feel so good, no crash, no jitters. Even people who are sensitive to caffeine, because there's a small percentage. I want to address that because some people may not ask. And we have people who are sensitive to caffeine who use this, no jitters, because the maki berry is able to neutralize whatever sensitivity you may have against caffeine, and it's a very small portion. But the mental clarity you get with this, Dominic, is off the chart. I mean, your cognitive function, we was just talking about that, focus in the brain, so many benefits from this. But what you will see, even myself, I noticed that you're losing some inches around here. And you know, that's always an important thing, especially for those of us in the holistic field. You got to look the part. So you will hardly see a holistic practitioner having a huge gut, because I mean, we focus on lifestyle and diet and stuff like that. But this, I'm telling you, Dominic, is delicious. The children will love it. The young people will love it. And guess what? It fills them. It takes away the desire for sweet and for oily food. And it gets rid of that visceral fat we talk about, which is a difficult fat to get rid of. For those of you in the gym and into the fitness arena, I'm saying give Batson Associates a call, because listen, you can be working out for months, and that fat is still there. Because there are certain things
I have a question for you here quickly.
Sure.
Now, for those that, like you say, who are into the fitness field and do all the things now, Dr. Batson and I would have spoken a lot over the years about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
All right. I know some folks who will do fasting and be cranky throughout the process. You know, because
yes,
the rest of the food.
Yes.
All right. And even if you say, well, all right, I'm fasting from 6 p.m. to the following day, however many hours you choose, you know, somebody might wake up in the middle of the night and say, well, you know what, I need a fix. I need a fix.
Yeah.
Is there a particular time that someone should use this particular product in this stead? Should it be taken as a breakfast replacement or a first meal replacement, or late in the evening, or does it really matter, particularly for those who practice the intermittent fasting?
That's a great question, Dominic. Of course, we recommend it mostly in the morning times, so you get that day of using it, but you can use it in the evening for those of you who like to snack at night. All right, so we say snack at night with fruits because it's easy to digest if you want to eat something. All right, things like watermelon and cucumbers and cantaloupes. The reason why we recommend these is that they're high in water. And when you're talking fruits like these, we're talking H3O. In other words, it can literally hydrate your body more than normal water. So you want to consume as much of these type of water-based fruits. So hydration is important in shedding the body of weight and all these excess stuff. So that's what you need to do if you want to snack, or you can take the shake in the evening as well, and that will hold you. Now we have people losing significant weight with this by just using it in the morning, and they cut the meals. So rather than eating a large plate of meal, as you know, we say cut the meal in portion.
Right.
Chew your food properly, because chewing your food is such a fundamental thing. It'll help to extend your life.
Exactly.
Because when you eat in these big chunks, you put in pressure on your stomach. All right, and sometimes that muscle remain open, and somebody asking your stomach comes up in your esophagus, which can't handle that type of acid. So chew your food properly, eat in smaller portions, use this, and I mean, voila, you see the results. You literally see the results. So it will help people. And you know, sometimes you go on a diet. All right, I don't like to use the word diet. I like to use the word just changing, just making a twist, a change in the eating. And they go on these diets that they cannot maintain. Because you're a meat eater and you move from eating meat straight on to vegetarian or fruits alone. The body takes time to adapt to that.
Exactly.
And if you don't have the client, you know, eating in smaller portions, certain things alike, and cutting down, they're gonna cheat. So this is a realistic. When you're using this, it's not gonna fool your brain to make you feel you're full when you're not. It's lots of nutrition. Now in this product, we have things like proteins. We have of course, we have the Maki and the Maki X in there as well. We have probiotics. This is why it will help with better bowel movement, which is a key thing, of course, with the body. It will even help a little bit with the lymphatic system in better movement with the lymphatic system. It also has things like fibers, and it has greens. So we're talking about organic broccoli, we're talking alfalfa, we're talking things like spirulina and chlorella, which is the high nutrient dense greens. Now some of these greens are good people, they taste awful.
True.
But see, here we have it in a way that you can eat. Because some people don't like, I just don't like how it tastes. So we have it in a way where it's tasting good, loads of nutrition, so it will improve your skin, it'll improve your eyes, your hair, your nails, right? It's going to improve your bones, and of course, when you take in this is a shake that's a medicinal product. Because let's say you have some weight to lose, the waist is over 40 inches, etc. for the men, the ladies over 35, and you're using this. So it's going to help with your blood sugar while you're dealing with the weight. It's going to help with your blood pressure while you're dealing with the weight. It's going to help with the ocular health of the eyes while you're dealing with the weight. All right? It's going to help with cardiovascular. We just talking about cardiovascular. The #1 killer in the world. No virus could touch that fella. He's like #1. Viruses is like number 20 on the scale of, and that is a high rating we're giving it, right?
Definitely.
But, these are things, the cardiovascular, the cancer, diabetes, those are the real pandemics. And we are here to address that. So this shake will help with all those areas, especially in the area of prevention. Why wait until they get a disease? Why wait until you have to go to the doctor? What we do is in the early detection and prevention. We want to prevent these things from occurring. So by taking this product, will help. And we put on weight in the face, the butt, the gut area, some of us, and so depending on your body type. But this will help to reduce that safely, Dominique. No side effects, and you're able to keep the weight off. It's not a yo-yo diet. Some people, they go on something and they lose 5 pounds a day and they gain 10 pounds next week. Because
someone just messaged and asked the flavors. You said chocolate and vanilla.
Chocolate and vanilla,
yes. If it is all natural or any kind of additives, artificial flavoring or anything like that, because they're sensitive to some, they're sensitive to some products that carry artificial flavors.
Right, it's all natural. Now there are some naturally occurring sugars in it. So some people eat it. When there was one woman who told me when she drank it was in Tobago, she said, I'm concerned about my diabetes because it's a little sweet. I say that it has some monk fruit and some naturally occurring stuff, and these fruits are from nature. It doesn't metabolize that way. I say, go ahead and drink it.
Correct.
She drank it and she called me back the day after. She said she don't know if it's a mind thing, but her blood sugar is normally like 254 around there.
Right.
And it went down the next morning when she did that blood fasting to 145.
Whoa.
She will go away with that because of how it works in the body.
Correct.
And we're having testimonies with pain, with inflammation. We're having testimonies, of course, with people feeling good because it helps to calm that imbalances. These days everybody tend to be stressed out and nervous, having problems sleeping and stuff. We're having a lot of good feedback with that. But people are happy with using this. And for those of you who don't have weight to lose and say, well, if I can use this, I done small already. Yes, you can use it, but you're going to eat normal. You're going to eat your 3 square meals a day. And we're talking about eating the provisional, the foods, the earth foods and stuff like that. And you're getting sufficient sleep because if you want to put on weight, you got to get sufficient sleep, right?
Definitely.
All right? And you still have to hydrate. So you use it and you're going to the gym and you work out and you're going to get those amino acids getting straight to these muscles, Dominique, as opposed to some of these complex protein, I just call them dog food because they're big bags of stuff. And it puts pressure on the kidney because the body, the first thing we see in problems with people that digest is proteins.
Yes, very good. And that's why we have so much persons, just to interject here, that's why we have so much persons experiencing renal failure, kidney disease, because that amount of protein, you're going to end up with some serious problems.
Yes, the body to break that down is an easy thing. The first problem we see is protein. So sometimes we may take people off of certain beans and stuff like that and certain things. So they don't have that kind of problem. But this wouldn't cause that. This is going to get into the system. And in some cases, it don't require a lot of digestion. It breaks down very fast. All right. So this is a little bit of amino acids, which is good. We have phytonutrients in this. We have 24 essential vitamins and minerals because when you hear the word essential, it tells us the body needs it, and often the body don't produce it. There are certain vitamins and minerals the body don't produce, but you can get it from here to strengthen the body. Then, of course, antioxidants, which is that's the big one with this product. The antioxidants are off the chart, and this is why we call it the freak of nature, because of how it works in the body. So when you look at this, I need something called the ORAC scale. It means oxygen radical absorption capacity. So it tells us the capacity of a fruit or any vegetation to absorb and neutralize this oxidation, which causes us to age.
Right.
And I give the example with the apple. When you cut the apple, what happens? So right in front of your eyes, you're seeing the apple getting brown. That is what they call degeneration. It speeds up the aging process. But when you start to use this, what it does, it prevents that degeneration. So we call it antioxidant, but it's really anti-oxidation, which is taking place in the body and causing your eyes to go bad before your time, causing your bones. And when this degeneration starts, this cascading effect of these free radicals, and we can't avoid it, Dominique. It's in the air, it's in the food, it's in the water. And I mean, we're comfortable AC all the time, and even the AC vents have to clean a lot because we have that free radical, having harm in the body. But what we say by using this shake can help protect you from all these things these hazards that we can't really prevent.
Definitely. Let me just interject a minute here. Dominic, as regards to time, it's now 9:55. What time are we supposed to end? Just a little clarification.
Concluding at 20 after 10.
Okay, 20 after 10. Okay, good.
So
No problem. Yeah. No, you go ahead. I just wanted in terms of the time, so the event and that kind of thing.
Yes, we have an event coming up, Dominique. We want to alert the public. It's a huge event. As a matter of fact, I call it the biggest health and wellness event of the past decade. It is going to be at the Radisson Hotel. That is Saturday coming, the 6th of August. Starting time, the doors open around 3:30. Between 3:30 to about 5, we're going to have what we call a pre-event party. We're going to have meeting some of the founders of the company and so on. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvre sharing. And of course, most importantly, we're going to have tasting for everyone, especially guests. You're going to get free tasting and sampling of this delicious thing. So while you're in the audience, people begin to testify in just a matter of tasting it now,
right,
and using the energy pill. While in the audience, they start to feel a difference.
Yeah.
So we are asking people to come there. It doesn't matter. You could be a health enthusiast. You could be a fitness instructor. You could be an allopathic physician, homeopath, naturopath. All the paths we invite in. People who in the health field, who enthusiasts. People want to know more about this amazing, the most potent antioxidants known to modern science, which is the maki berry. We'll be going into detail. You can ask questions and stuff like that about what makes this product so special, what it's going to do. But we are excited what it'll do for the population in joining the government on their quest to help to reduce this, what we call fight the fat. Fight the fat. Right? And this is about helping persons, young people, avoiding them from getting pre-diabetic, having things like blood pressure. This is not our young people. This is not for the youths. And this is happening because parents oftentimes give the children things that harming them and they don't know.
Right.
I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, we used to give my niece back then, when we didn't know better, 2 packs of juice. I'm not going to call it name. 2 packs of juice and different soft drinks to go to school every single day. And she got a severe dandruff problem. It used to ooze and smell. Children will make fun of her, and it caused a serious psychological problem. Don't care what lotion or portion we use, from the mainstream, nothing worked. Until a wise person came up and said, you got to remove that from her daily diet. And the minute we removed that, guess what happened? It went away. It literally went away.
Yeah.
So what we're advising parents, don't love your children to death. Yes, you love them. But watch what you're putting in the lunch kit. Give them a little balance of fruits, a little veggies, get them to do that as well. And, certain provision and certain things, certain fish. And I mean, sometimes they want to snack because children, so they have a cheat day, whether it's a Friday or Saturday, that kind of thing. And you can bake your stuff at home. Do a lot of baking, and they have these things called the healthy fryers now, the air fryers.
Yeah.
yeah, use some of those and try to avoid some of the oils and giving them all these different things. You know, these things could cause cancer in children. It's things like popcorn in microwave popcorn, hot dogs and burgers, eating them every day. It increased the rate of cancer by 50-60%. It's really alarming. And we are here to educate the public to say, okay, this is what you have to do to save your children. All right? And the shake we're talking about, of course, is the KRE shake today. Now, the event coming up, guys, we invite the entire public. Call Batson Associate, he will give you those numbers, and so you can register. It's just $100 to come. It have been the price, we reduced the price from $200, so you get more of the public coming to hear about this amazing product and how it can help with your health, with prevention, and even for people who have issues to help in the management and the reversal of many of these issues. All right, so this is big. That event is Saturday, the 6th of August. The presentation starts at about 5:30, which gives enough time for Adventist brothers and sisters to join, because we have to remember them as well to join. So they don't want to miss it. They want to call. We will send you a link that you can purchase your ticket online. Everything is digital. And we want you to come on down. So we invite all the listening public. Tell your friends, invite 2 or 3 or more, and come down at the Radisson Hotel on the 6th of August. As I said, doors open at 3:30. Presentation starts at 5:30, and we're going to go a lot into this thing. I mean, people will be really educated and empowered with this. You're going to hear testimonies. You're going to see pictures of before and after of persons using this in 1 month. The different, the side view, the front view of the weight. You're going to hear testimonies of people. We have some young sportsmen who are using this. So you're giving them that consistent energy. Swimmers, runners, this is excellent for the sports arena. It's excellent for people who always have energy problems.
Right.
The parasites suck in the energy. You know, they have energy problems. Some of them have blood count issues, anemia, and all these different things. So this is going to help in a big way. And what I like to mention as well, the sugar cravings.
Yeah.
It does a fantastic job to help to avoid the sugar cravings. All right? And so we have a little weather thing here, which is, you know, that's God doing his job there.
Always.
All right? But certainly, people need to use this product. It's not an option. Using this product is not an option, Dominique. This, I mean, you're going to have your own experience. You're going to come in there. I drop your samples for you, and of course, with the shared persons.
St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. Again, that's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number would be 226-4553. Let me just clarify something with Winnie. Tell me something. Is it that that will be streaming live? That event would it be streamed? Or
working on that.
Working on that.
Streaming, especially the area where people have the questions and
Right.
the testimonies and stuff like that.
Okay, good.
We definitely streaming that.
Good, definitely. So you see, we're trying to do this in such a way that no one misses out. Of course, however, if it is you're there, you're present, you'll be able to experience the product itself, and get the impact that you really need. And and as he has highlighted, so effectively, because I'm a big advocate of the prevention and the proper treatment of diabetes. I find diabetics rarely get a messy end of the stick, as they tell you, simply because they are not guided properly. A lot of people don't even understand what diabetes really is. And then the complications associated with diabetes. You have people who are amputees. You have one toe. Some people have no toe. Some people have no legs. Some people, it's a really sad state. And if you can avoid that, I am a true believer and an advocate of the old time saying an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. I believe that with all my heart, because having experienced a serious loved one of mine dying from diabetes, I mean, you know, I was 16 when she died. That was my great grandmother, and she played a significant role in raising me and you know, really molded me to the young man that I am today. You know, serious disciplinarian. You know, they instill some serious principles. You know, honesty, loyalty, that type of thing. So, from the time I know myself as an individual, I always know her having problems. I never really knew what insulin was when I was very young, but you know, I know she had to take insulin. I know she had serious problems with a diabetic ulcer. You know, where she would have dressing, she would have to go to the health center for dressing because we were very close. So, you know, that always stuck with me. I always promised myself that, you know, when I got into medicine, I would always focus on diabetics because, you know, as I said, when you're diabetic, you're literally a block of ice in the sun. It is not a nice situation to be in. However, if you get the correct guidance and you understand the importance of you know, proper diet, proper lifestyle, as Mr. Delamo, sorry, was really emphasizing, it really helps you to live with diabetes or even reverse diabetes and experience life as you should. You can imagine you reach the age of 50, you're born or come into this world seeing, and at the age of 50, you can see again. I wouldn't like to know what that feels like.
It's a horrible disease.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I tell people that when you take medication for diabetes, take for example metformin, all it does, it helps with the sensitivity of your body to utilize the insulin that your body is producing. However, it does not prevent, reverse, or cure the problem.
True.
It is about management. Now, what we do is more holistic in terms of prevention and reversal. Lifestyle changes can help reverse type 2 diabetes.
True.
We're not talking about type 1 because you're born with that, but type 2 is a lifestyle. We are saying once we give you protocols to change that lifestyle, what you see happening is that the blood sugar start to balance, start to normalize, as I say, and then you slowly begin to wean off the medication. Now, I'm not down on medication because medication helps. We thank for you know, God to put the allopathic physicians here, and they are very good when coming to acute problems and trauma.
True.
But when coming to lifestyle and degenerative condition, you need an approach of nutrition and eating to live.
True.
Because there's a complete off balance right now with that. And what we are here to do is just to educate people. Once you change that lifestyle and you use the nutrition, the body begins to literally heal itself. And I am not doing the healing. I can tell you that. We just educate the body, and the body can fix itself. It's literally its own hospital.
True.
All it needs is help. It needs that physical homeostasis, and in some cases, that emotional equilibrium as well. So once we achieve that balance, that's it.
Definitely. So again, let me just give you those telephone numbers to call, get your information regarding your tickets, also information on the product. That link, we're gonna put up that link on our social media platforms: Facebook, Batson and Associates Limited; Instagram, Batson and Associates TT; and YouTube, Batson and Associates Trinidad. So those telephone numbers, again, the Shogunas office, 222-8261. That's 222-8261. DB, it's 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. Again, 226-4553. And get that information. We'll also be on the international scene, you know, and we're going to provide that for you so that you could get the best options with our guidance. Very, very important. So it's not like if you just take you and throw you in the ocean and leave your idea. You know, we're providing sustainable information to help you to use the product properly, most importantly, and get the results that you're looking for. That's very, very important. I've always experienced that in dealing with companies. A lot of the times, you know, somebody might say, for example, wheatgrass. I'm known as person saying, wheatgrass, good, you know, I drink wheatgrass, but it didn't do anything for me. The thing is, how did you use it? Sometimes the frequency, sometimes the time of day, sometimes how close you use it to food if it's on an empty stomach. Those things need to be tweaked properly to gain the maximum advantage or benefit from the product. Always keep that in mind. That is very important. Proper instruction never fails, always. So again, those telephone numbers, you can give us a call. Shogunas is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe, it's 223-7515. 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. 220-8113. And Tobago, Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago, that's 226-4553. Remember to check out our social media pages, Batson Associates Limited on Facebook, on Instagram, we're Batson Associates TT, and YouTube is Batson Associates Trinidad. We're going to have that information up here.
Yeah, let me just mention that when you purchase a ticket, you're going to see referred by, I just mentioned Dr. Batson or Batson Associate as a person referred you. It's all digital, very simple. And you can do this not just with a credit card, but with a debit card. Most debit cards now have Visa. This TT is not pulling from your US side, it's pulling from your TT side. So you can put a normal debit card. Once there's Visa, you can purchase any amount of tickets you want on that link. And the person referred you can simply put Dr. Batson or Batson Associates, all right? And we're going to see you at the 6th in this big event at the Radisson Hotel. Very easy access there. And guys, you're not going to regret coming there. You're going to learn so much. You're going to be so informed. You're going to be empowered when coming to your knowledge of health. And we're going to have a healthier bunch of people. You know, I mean, some people tell me, I eat what I wanted and I still live long. But what is the quality of life? Can you imagine getting to 50 and living to 70, 20 years in pain and discomfort?
No, that's not this.
That is not living. You're just alive.
Yeah.
So we're saying, yes, you might live long, but do the right thing.
The quality of life.
The quality of life is important.
It's very important. All right. So again, you know, keep in mind that information. As I said, look on our social media pages, Batson Associates Limited, Instagram, Batson Associates TT, YouTube, Batson Associates Trinidad. We're going to ensure that we put that information there. Again, don't forget those telephone numbers to call, get your information. We have product in stock. We also going to have more product coming. Because, you know, the feedback so far is excellent. And I'm the type of person, you know, I always am an advocate of nutrition. I'm an advocate of people being healthier, you know. So with that being said, Dominic, we're going to go back over to you. We're going to see if we can entertain some calls before we finish. And we're going to go from there.
All right, so our first message, someone is asking if the business in the office carries products that you would recommend to encourage a more frequent or healthier bowel movement.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, there are a number of products that we carry at Batson Associates that facilitates that. My biggest concern and advice to persons, I always tell persons, hydration is everything. I mean, the greatest requirement of the human body is oxygen first. You cannot live without oxygen for any short period of time, far more an extended period of time. But after that, in the grand scheme of things, hydration is everything. So the first thing that you need to start with is ensuring that you hydrate your body properly. Usually the recommendation is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. So if you weigh 160, half of 160 is 80. 80 in ounces converted to liters would give you, if my maths memory is correct, you're looking at anywhere between about maybe 1.75 to about 2.5 liters of water that you should minimally consume for the day. Now, as it relates to water, I'm a big advocate of alkaline water, but I'm an advocate of water on the whole. You just need to ensure that we carry alkaline water at Batson Associates. The advantage with that water, you have ORP, which is oxidative reduction potential. So the water literally performs as an antioxidant water. The cluster is a finer particle or finer cluster. So it means that the water tends to hydrate you from a cellular level. And, you know, as I always say, cells give you tissues, tissues give you organs, organs give you organ systems. So in any correction in the body or any supplementation in the body has to work from a cellular level, the basic aspect of that. So, you know, that is an option, and you could get that at any one of the offices at Batson Associates. Apart from that, filter your water. But you need to drink water, and other fluids do not substitute for water. Don't do that. You're going to put yourself in some serious problems. Okay, next question.
Next up, what is the cleansing product you spoke about, and can kidney disease patients use it? That would be Santulan.
Santulan is the product. As it relates to, because Santulan is a 7-channel detox, kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. One of the things I highlighted earlier in the program is something known as auto-intoxication, prefix auto, self-intoxication, poison. There are so many persons walking around that not aware, what's the word I want to use? I want to put this nicely. They don't understand the level of the mess that they're really in. Let me put it like that. Plain talk, bad manners. And it's only when you do live nutritional blood cell analysis on persons and you actually show them. So what a live nutritional blood cell analysis does, it gives you a window into the body, but from the foundation level. There's something we look at known as biological terrain. Terrain is, so for example, if you're planting carrot, you can't go and plant carrot in the desert, right? The desert is for cacti. So the terrain is going to be determined, or is the determinant for the produce that you would be able to get from that particular environment. So the same applies to the body. If your biological terrain is out of balance, so in other words, let's say your terrain is supposed to be able to plant carrot, but right now your terrain like a desert. Carrot can't live there, can't survive there. So it means when we do the blood analysis, we actually see from that biological terrain aspect. Mr. Delamore so eloquently spoke about the ORAC scale and talking about antioxidants and dealing with oxidative stress. There are some people, when you do an examination on them, you realize that chronologically you might be 50. So that's your age. But biologically, you're about 100. And I'm not exaggerating. I've seen it on numerous occasions. So you're literally, biologically, older than you're supposed to. And that's why you have problems with migraine headaches. You have problems with cluster headaches. How could you, as an individual, have headaches for years? That baffles me. And I have dealt with numerous. It means that you, in such a poor state, that your body is constantly sounding an alarm. In fact, that alarm ain't coming off. You know, like when you trip a car alarm, what is happening? Somehow, that's what's going on with your body. The alarm is just constantly ringing out, because the body is in a state of disrepair. And if you don't address that, so the body is sounding an alarm. I remember some years ago, I did a program, Your Body Speaks to You. Are you listening? And I love to do programs like that because it helps people to understand. If you're having dizziness, lightheadedness, something is wrong with you. Headaches. If you have a headache for 1 day or 2 days, you try to have a headache for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, nah, something wrong with you, man. Your blood sugar level, you are diabetic for 15 years? Nah, man. If you plant a tree, you know where you could again 15 years? You could sell mango. You could do some. No. And that depending on the mango. Exactly. If you plant some cedar tree, you ripping. Somebody could come and cut down that day and they get a whole sand heap of money. So the point is, you have to understand that, as Wayne said again, you need to deal with things from a nutritional perspective. And it's quite unfortunate, a wise man once said, let your food be a medicine and let your medicine be a food. A lot of people don't understand that. So that is where you need to, really get that particular information and start. Because that's what it begins with, It begins with a start. Don't sit down there, you have diabetes for years and you just say no and say, well, but your eye getting bad. I tell people it's like graduation. It's like you're just escalating. You do a bachelor's, then you do master's, then you do PhD. You don't want to excel in being a diabetic. Why would you want to excel in being sick? That don't make no sense to me. So you start off with diabetes 15 years ago. 3 years after, you end up with hypertension. 2 years after that, you have cardiovascular disease. Then after that, you have renal failure. So what you really do? That don't make any sense. Something wrong there. So it's a matter of correcting and dealing with the root cause of the problem. Next question.
All right. As we move on there, I want to clarify for the event on the 6th, some folks have been asking, how do they register? And is it that they visit these social media pages of Batson and Associates and they get the registration link right there?
Correct. So we're going to ensure by today, tomorrow for the latest, we're going to have everything up there for you, and we're going to provide the necessary information and get that ball rolling there for you.
And so many things.
All right, and of course, you can call the office and also get the information on the cost of the product.
Yes.
And the question here is also, does it come in a month-long supply amount?
Yeah,
that large bag. How long do you expect it to be?
Yeah, that is a month supply, Dominique. So we have the month supply, which is a 2-pound pack, and we also have these packs. It comes in as well. This is just a sachet. So if you want to move and go to work, or you want to go somewhere traveling and want to get these packs,
Right.
You also get these in a month supply as well that you can use on the move. So these are on the move packs.
Good.
And this is, of course, for your personal use at home and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So again, my friends, you can call the office of Batson and Associates and get all the information for this product. And of course, by the end of today or tomorrow, you're going to get the link on the social media pages for this event happening on the 6th. Let's see. Next up, Dr. Batson, good morning. My question is, my 70-year-old sister can't hold her urine for long. What will cause this, and can you help?
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I believe we can render some assistance there. I mean, need to get more information on the case because that could be a number of reasons. There's something known as urinary incontinence, which usually happens to a lot of persons when they get older, especially women. Women, because of childbearing and those type of things, those Kegel muscles may not be as tight as they're supposed to. A lot of times, even the midsection, your diaphragm, and those type of things. So as a result of that, you find the bladder tends to be very weak. So depending on what is the cause of the issue, we can definitely help in that situation. Okay, right. But they'll just need to provide more information. So maybe they can call the office, see if they could organize a consultation. If we have to do maybe one over the phone or online or face-to-face, we would have to decide. But definitely more information would be needed there. But I believe that situation could be corrected.
And our final question for the morning is someone is asking, how often should one consume coconut water? Or on a weekly basis, how often should you really do it?
An interesting question. The thing is, coconut water is good, it's beneficial. However, there's an overdo situation. So coconut water cannot replace regular water. Don't ever make that mistake. You're going to end up in some serious problem. Because remember, coconut water has a lot of minerals associated with it, electrolytes, that type of thing. I mean, general knowledge, my recommendation, I normally tell persons, if it is, let's say, you use anywhere between maybe 16 ounces, 32 ounces, maybe for the week, I don't really have any issue with that. However, if you have renal issues, so if you may have a situation where you're developing kidney problems, you may do your creatinine levels maybe a little high, your bond levels maybe a little high, we might need to taper it a bit. It's not that you cannot have coconut water, but the amount is what needs to be taken into consideration. So I think generally, anyone who is healthy, you don't have any kidney issues, anywhere between about maybe 16 to 32, I say 32 ounces, maybe for the week, you don't necessarily have a problem. But I wouldn't go more excessive where that is concerned. Also, you have to take into consideration physical activity. If you're someone who more physical, you work out, you do cardiovascular, that type of thing, then you could up your numbers a little more because your body would need electrolytes and that type of thing. If you're someone who inactive, you need to be very careful with the amounts that you use. All right?
All right. So don't give the numbers again so that they can contact the office for all the information and more advice.
Definitely. Keep in mind those numbers for Chaguanas. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building, Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261, 222-8261. What you can do, if you call today, just call, let the phone ring, and your number will register there. And well, tomorrow is a holiday, so Tuesday morning, bright and early, we're going to have persons getting those numbers, returning your calls. For the Debe office, that is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That telephone number 226-4553. 226-4553. We'll just continue for a few minutes again on our social media platform. So when we finish with Dominic and them here, you can listen with us for a little while again. We're going to just reiterate the information about the product, where you can get it, the event, and we will do what we need to do. Dominic, sir, always a pleasure to be in your company. Let me thank the listeners of Sky 99.5 for allowing me into your homes this morning. And I hope we were really a blessing, and at least you take some sort of advice. As we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless again, and do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be safe.
Yes, sir. All right. diffused naturally right here on Sky 99.5 FM.
Yes, social media person. So again, Facebook family, let me tell you a pleasant good morning. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Ms. Pamela Moses. Can we pay at the venue? Is that an option as well?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
But registering online is preferred.
Always more advantageous. Yes, Ms. Moses, a pleasant good morning to Ms. Pamela Moses down in Southland there. Ms. Marissa Xavier, good morning to you, my dear. So, you know, again, that event taking place, when again is August the
6th, and that is taking place at the Radisson Hotel, easy access. Doors open at about 3:30, and we have what we call a pre-event party, music, take pictures with some of the key people there. We're going to have samples for those all who guests. You'll be able to sample the products, no cost to you, while you feast on some hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. The event actually starts about 5:30. As I said, sufficient time for Adventist family to be there, and it's going to be very, very educational. All right. What I did not mention is that for those of you who may be interested in carrying this product as well, there's an opportunity for you there when you come to the event. You'll learn how you can have this product. Because we're sharing, it's not something to hoard.
True.
We are sharing the information. We are sharing the fact that you can promote this product as well. You can share this product with your family, and you can be rewarded in US dollars for that. And let me trust me, that is awesome. So for those of you, a lot of people are having problems to get US dollars right now. It's a problem. You get a beautiful black, what we call Kiari debit card. It's a Visa debit card. You can use anywhere in the world. Your money goes straight into that card. And that is just by sharing the product. So this is an area where we didn't talk about much, but definitely, as I like to say, the product is not an option. You need to have that in your body. The business is an option because while most people need it, not everybody may want it. All right? So that is an option. That. Okay, but certainly the product to consume in your body is an option. So we're looking to change lives, looking to impact lives, both in terms of their health, and for those of you, the wealth. For those of you who are desirous of that, you must be desirous of that, people.
Sure.
This is something we can't force on people. You know, poverty or financial lack is not something we wish on anybody. It's a horrible thing because when you see in its acute phases, it seems to cause a form of insanity.
Of course.
Where men and women do things they normally wouldn't do.
True.
And let me tell you, there's something called vitamin M, people. Vitamin M is money. And if you lack that, you don't have that, we see how it cries up the cortisol level, it takes up the blood pressure, and you in there, and you may have a problem like diabetes or cancer. And the stress associated with that just go on ahead, to take you out. A lot of people are stressed, and oftentimes if you don't have money, I mean, it's written, money answers all things, people.
Amen.
We got to understand that.
True.
And so what we are saying to you is there lies an opportunity there for those of you who are desirous and want that. But we're focusing on the health and the wellness part of it. So when you come down there, you're going to get information. You can ask questions. Persons who lack energy, as I said, this is fantastic. And we want to approach this on a national level because all of our sportsmen and sportwomen out there, they can use something that will never show up as a chemical in the blood.
In the blood, exactly.
It is natural.
That was one of the questions that I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the Olympic governing body, and even my experience with companies in the past, you know, I always admire companies that try their best to make sure to follow all those guidelines so that sportsmen and sportswomen do end up in problems by using the product, you know. So that's a big thing. That's something I actually forgot to ask. So thank you very much for highlighting and pinpointing that to us. So social media, we know what we have to do. So get your information. We're going to ensure that we answer some of your questions later on. We're going to make sure and highlight those. We're going to ensure that we provide the necessary information for you. And, you know, let's do this. Let's do this because, you know, it's so important. The international clients, you know, I'm seeing Grenada in the house. I'm seeing Canada in the house, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Cayman Islands. So we haven't forgotten you all. You know, we live in a global world now, so nothing is, there isn't anything that cannot come to you. Well, I mean, unless your country has some sort of sanctions or some kind of thing like that. But us in the Caribbean here and the majority of the world, we don't have those things. So it's just a matter of providing information so that you would be able to benefit from this awesome product as well. Okay, guys, so with that being said, we look forward again, the August the 6th. At the Radisson, doors open anywhere between 3:30. The event starts at 5:30. And of course, Wayne again has taken into consideration our brothers and sisters are 7 days Adventists. So we're not ensuring that we're not leaving you guys out. Nobody's left out in this. So that is something to pay very close attention to. Ms. Ellis is saying, Dr. Batson, can you talk about the product so I can order on WhatsApp? So Ms. Ellis, you could just send your information. Our WhatsApp number for Batson and Associates, those of you outside, would be 868-314-9975. Again, 868-314-9975. WhatsApp all the information there, and we'll ensure that we get back to you. We're doing a lot of work in Batson and Associates to ensure that we're able to deal with a lot of feedbacks and to be more effective and efficient where our service is concerned. Shakil. Okay. So let me answer this question before we leave. Ms. Pauline Francis is saying, Doctor, good morning. Francis, rather, is saying, good morning. Doc, good morning. I cannot eat grapefruit because it gives me headaches and raises my blood. Well, the thing is, that could be a number of reasons why that is happening. The thing is, grapefruit does have some effect on a number of organ systems, cardiovascular being one of them. So the possibility exists that you may have a situation where you have a little healing crisis taking place there. I don't think it's an allergic reaction. So I would look at it from the perspective of possibility you do not have proper hydration in the body. So look at that. Usually people who are hypertensive are not necessarily water drinkers. They tend to lack hydration. They also tend to have problems, as we were talking about with protein. Their body don't digest protein properly. You tend to be a lot of like a lot of meat. Usually, you find them to be hypertensive persons. And I've always found that in my experience, and research has shown that because of the nitrogenous waste, the protein and that type of thing. So maybe you need to pay attention to that. So my advice would increase your water intake. You could always, if you are in Trinidad or Tobago, you can actually get the alkaline water and start to use that. Your body weight divided by 2 ounces, see how that goes. Look at your diet in terms of reducing sugar, taking out red meats out of the diet completely for a period of time, and you should start to see some improvement in that situation. If not, reach out to us and we will provide the necessary information to you again. Okay?
People tend to drink too much of soft drinks. That's the next thing. When you drink a lot of sodas, actually mop up the water in your body. And you drink other juices, so that is part of your water. You may check that as water, but it's not. It actually will mop up the water in your body. It will dehydrate the system, listeners. So you want to cut the sodas. I can tell you dangerous. As a matter of fact, you can, for example, which is the last part of your body to decay.
Right.
And you put your tooth in a bottle of soda. One of the dark ones, right?
Yeah, the dark ones.
And let me tell you something. In about 2 to 3 weeks, when you go back to find that tooth, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yep.
So can you imagine the effect that it's having on your organs, people? Can you imagine the high level of acidity? And as the body becomes acidic, it goes in a panic mode, so it starts to pull the nutrients reserved from your bones and joints. Osteoporosis and arthritis fine in you.
Well said. And the thing is, a lot of persons in concluding, you have to understand that not everything they call food is food, I always tell people that, I remember someone came into my office and they said, Dr. Batson, well, if it was bad, why would I make it? So I asked her a question. I said, is cigarette bad? Do you smoke? She said, mad? No. I said, well, if cigarette not good for you, and they're still making it, they're so bold-faced, they put on the pack, the Minister of Health advises that smoking is bad for your health. You know what do we call that? In legal terms, that is a disclaimer. So what they're saying to you, listen to me, we're telling you it's not good for you, But however, is an open option. They should do the same thing on alcohol. They didn't do that yet, but they should put that on alcohol. The Minister of Health advises that alcohol is bad for your health. Maybe some years to come when they get enough lawsuit, they might do that. Or they go wait for that one. But not because they make it means that it's good for you. Always remember that. Okay? So with that being said, it's always a pleasure to be in your company. Keep in mind, I know those of you who have your information. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Leslie. And Leslie, you know, I always have a problem pronouncing your surname, so I'm not even going to attempt. But you know who you are, the lovely Leslie. Thank you very much. She is might actually pick up the mantle of getting involved with the person. So Leslie, and I look forward to that. To all the listeners, thank you very much for your time again. Be safe. Let me give you those telephone numbers again for the Shogunas office. It's 222-8261. 222-8261. That office again is located on the first floor of Money Talks building, that Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. Keep in mind, we have our open clinic days in Shogunas next week. That's actually going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, which means you do not necessarily have to have an appointment, but at least call and we'll facilitate you as a walk-in client. Right, for Debe's number is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. That's the corner of Ramson Road Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. Debe's walk-in clinic, this is usually Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. For the St. James office, that number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. That's Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That office opens clinic day is usually on Friday, Saturday. Good. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago, 226-4553. That's 226-4553. And that office is in the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. Keep in mind, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Remember again, check us out on Facebook. We're going to have that information with the link, and we're going to do up a nice flyer there with the event, with the product. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. So like us, share us, so that someone else who in a situation would be able to benefit from, you know, what we're providing here. Look forward, we have some new testimonies that we're going to be uploading, some exciting information, persons who got great results with depression, anxiety, insomnia, arthritis, eye problems, cataract, glaucoma. So look out for that. So again, guys, have a blessed Sunday. Take care of yourself, and keep in mind on Thursday, yes, on Thursday, before we do that, on Thursday, remember, we have our program on 103.1 FM. That's as well, from 1:15 to 1:45, we would be on Freedom 106.5 FM. That is with Samantha. And we actually recently started back with the Street 91.9. That's I Was George radio station. Yeah, Shaki, look at me surprised. I actually did a program yesterday morning there, and we started back with them. So that's going to be on a Saturday from 6:05 to 6:55. So Shakil was with me, so we're going to be promoting that and letting you guys know. Before we go, let me just allow Mr. Delamore to highlight some things before we leave.
Yes, for those of you, again, that want to use this product and you may be interested in promoting this product, definitely you could just share your interests and we will assist you up there. And so you can have something going on there as well with the product. So you can mention that in social media. That information, and of course the event, for those of you, the event, we can get that link to you to link up to the event, and we will be able to assist you. For those of you not able to use online, some of the senior ones, call your office.
Yeah.
You can give them the funds and they will make sure that you have your digital ticket for the event.
Great. So again, good news, exciting things. Thanks again, you guys. God bless you. Wayne Delamore, always a pleasure to be in your company, sir. And the company of greatness this morning, guys. Always a pleasure. Right? So we're gonna rock Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the world with this product. All right? So take care. God bless. Enjoy the